Today I'm going to share with you my favorite fall DIYs for 2021. We have some indoor and outdoor easy DIYs that are super adorable and look very high end. Welcome to my channel, Freckled Mom. I'm Devin. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey! This is also a challenge which I'll explain in a bit. I also have an open invite for an upcoming challenge I am hosting in September, so stay tuned for that at the end of this video. I had gotten this sign from my son's girlfriend when she cleaned out her room. It's pretty large, so I got it for free, which I love. So I'm just gonna give it 2 good coats of my plaster chalk paint. Now, like I said, this was really big and it's canvas, so I had to really give some thick coats to cover up those words. I also went along the edges with my elephant, which is another Waverly paint, just to give it a little contrast to that plaster paint. I went to my Cameo and I printed out some words, and I'm super excited how adorable this came out. You want to be careful because it is canvas, so you want to go through with a little bit of Mod Podge just to seal it in to reduce bleed through. I am filling in the stencil with my Truffle paint by Waverly, which is a plaid product. I'm not going to go heavy on this because you definitely don't want it to bleed through, and I do 2 coats. If you're new to my channel or coming over from the playlist, welcome. We do a lot of Dollar Tree crafts, DIY, gifts and decor, thrift flipping, and more. If you like these kind of videos, go ahead and subscribe. To all my current subscribers and Freckled fam, thank you. Don't forget to hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. You can also find me on Instagram as Freckled Mom. Now I get my heat gun out and I heat up the vinyl before I pull it up. You want to be real careful when you're pulling up your vinyl on fabric or on canvas because sometimes it peels up the letters. It looks like I'm not being careful, but I am being super careful. I just sped it up a little bit for you guys. This is coming out so adorable. I had saw something like this online and I went to my Cameo and I made my own stencil. That way it's just a little different than everything I see online. I'm glad I used my heat gun because really nothing bled through and nothing ripped up, which was great. So now I'm just cleaning up and weeding a little bit. There are some letters that did peel up just a little bit, so I am going to go through and I'm going to just do a little Mod Podge just to make sure everything is secure and on my board. How adorable is this? This is so sweet and gives me all the feels for fall. I am so excited to get going on my home decor for the new season coming up. Here is some inspiration for your outdoor fall. So first, I had my son trying to help me find the perfect palette. I did not know he was afraid of spiders. According to him, we have some extremely large spiders on these palettes. So he found one that was perfect and I cleaned it off with a hose. I didn't go crazy on it because I wanted it to have that rustic look still. So I had these stencils. You can get these at any hardware store. You could use your Cricut or your Cameo. I really wanted to have it that rustic look, and I just went through and I used my chalk paint, linen white, and I'm just going through and I do 1 coat and that is enough. It is super cute. You do want to be careful not to get too much bleed through, but again, it's rustic, so a little bleed through is adorable. How sweet is that? So let's keep going. So here, apples is spelled with 2 P's. I only had 1 P, so I do use another card as a space saver, but you're gonna see that. I know how to spell. That is something I definitely want to warn you about. When you are using stencils that are like this, where you're going to pick one up, put one down, make sure you're spelling it out correctly and you don't misspell anything, because that could be a really unhappy accident. Not a happy one. So here I am just going to keep going, and I don't put too much paint on my paintbrush. I'm just going along with this, and I am so in love with this. This is a challenge hosted by Heidi Sonboul. She has the most adorable farmhouse DIYs. The theme for this playlist is fall. Make sure to check out the link down in my description for Heidi's channel as well as the playlist. I have a bunch of friends participating today, and I cannot wait to see what they make. So here I had done a little arrow up there next to the apples, and I'm working on my word pumpkins. So again, I just moved around however it was comfortable for me to get the stenciling done, and I work backwards on the word, and I did put it on the other end opposite of apples because I'm going to do another arrow going the other way. So I'm just using the tape I used on my arrow up above, and all it is 3 taped pieces to make like the straight part of the arrow, and I lay it down so there's not as much bleed through. And then this is a combination of 2 pieces just laid out to make the point to the arrow, and I just laid it down to match up with those other pieces, that way it looks like an arrow. I go through and I do the same thing I've been doing. I just make sure that I do really easy so I don't have any bleed through. Again, bleed through is okay. It's cute, but too much bleed through is not cute, and it's not rustic. It's just a mess. So I'm peeling up my tape here, and it came out perfect, and I just love this. This is so sweet. I have cider for 5 cents. This could be whatever you want it to be, Halloween or fall or spring. I just think this is so sweet and super rustic. How adorable is this? Now I'm using it as my backdrop for my cider party for right now, but this will be going up front for my front yard decorations, and I am tickled pink. I just love this so much. I think it is so sweet. This DIY is so adorable. This could be for indoor or outdoor. So I started with a mason jar. You can get whatever jar you like. I like the mason jar. I have a burlap fabric and some stencils and some ribbon from Dollar Tree. So I am going to use this apple barrel spiced berry because it matches the ribbon, but you could do whatever color scheme you wanted. Here I am just cutting how much fabric I need to cover this mason jar, and I'm going to hot glue the ribbon, this is a wired ribbon, right to my mason jar. Now you can get mason jars in big packages, or you could get them singly at Dollar Tree. I buy them in a big package. I think it's more cost effective that way, and I go through a lot of them, so you can do whatever works for you. Now I am cutting 4 pieces of ribbon, and they're all the same length, so you could just measure them out. I'm doing 1 by 1 here, and again I'm going to hot glue the ribbon right to my mason jar, and then I'm going to wrap it around and hot glue the other end right to the top of the ribbon. And I do this for all 4. You could do this for fall, for Easter, for whatever holiday or season you wanted. This is such a cute idea, and I am definitely making more. So now we have our burlap that I am cutting out, and I'm just cutting out enough burlap so I can stencil these letters. And these letters you saw in my previous project, they're just cardboard stencils. I love the rustic cottage feel, and here I am just stenciling it now, and I did 1 coat with my apple barrel, and I'm just going over it so the burlap is taped down just to give me a little bit more security, and I am just going right through, and I am not being careful about it because it's burlap. You really can't get a bleed through on it. And I'm taking the same brush and I'm painting the top to the mason jars, and I do give these 2 coats, and a couple touch-ups needed a 3rd coat. So that is up to your preference how you want it to look. I wanted it to look with no metal, if that makes sense. I just wanted the burlap and this spiceberry. So here I am hot gluing my stenciled burlap right to this mason jar. I think this is so sweet. I just think it's so cute. I can't stand how adorable this is. And I'm trying different ways of hot gluing it to see which way is best. This one I just put some circles of hot glue in the corners, and the other ones I did lines, so it really didn't matter. They've been outside, they've held pretty well through 2 storms now, so I think it doesn't matter how you hot glue it. You could probably use some kind of fabric adhesive. I like the hot glue. I think it worked out just fine. And now I am putting my covers back on, and this is literally so cute, but it needs a little something something. So I have some Dollar Tree flowers here, and I am just mixing them up. There's a couple different kinds, and then I had a couple extra sprigs of some cotton. And how sweet is this? This is so perfect for indoor or outdoor, and you could change this up for whatever season you're doing, but today it works just fine for fall. I have been dying to do one of these fall signs for outside. Here is some letters I had printed off my Cameo. This is a board I had gotten for free. It was already like painted and oiled. I'm not really sure what was on it, but I decided just to put the letters down on the board. And you can see I'm having some difficulty because it is a treated wood. So you definitely want to pay attention to those kinds of things when you're getting something for free. You could have sanded this down, but I had an idea and you're gonna see it. So I'm just going through with my letters, and you can see I'm spelling out the word fall, and I am measuring it here and there just to make sure that everything is centered and evenly spaced out. Now I have my ruler from the Dollar Tree. You guys know I love Dollar Tree crafts, although this board was a freebie, like I said, when we cleaned out my grandma's basement. I'm going to give this a quick heavy dry brush with my chalk paint and mineral, and then plaster right over these letters. I love to craft and DIY. We live in a 100-year-old cottage in New England. There is always some renovation, home improvement, or DIY keeping me busy. You can find me on Instagram as well as Freckled Mom. Come along and see what I'm up to at the cottage. As you can see, there was no rhyme or reason of how much paint I dry brush. I just kept going until I was happy with the look. And here I am just pulling up those vinyl letters now and revealing that wood underneath. So that is why I did not sand it or do anything. I love that color that was already there. These are from Dollar Tree. I just picked them off of a garland, and I'm hot gluing them together, and I'm going to glue them right to my board. And here it is. It is so beautiful. I am so obsessed with this. This is my first big board like this, so I am just super impressed and so in love with how this came out. Down in the comments, let me know which DIY was your favorite today. Stay tuned for the final reveal and see what's coming up next. Today I am here to invite you to a new challenge. It's an open playlist that will be held every month. It's called Room by Room. To all our subscribers, we wouldn't be here without you guys. We appreciate you so much, and I am just tickled pink to share with you some inspiration. I am so excited because I have a lot of YouTube friends who are super talented, and everybody does a little bit of something. Their styles are different. Dollar Tree crafts versus thrift flips. It is just so wonderful being able to work alongside these amazing creators, and I'm so happy to share it with you. I'm super excited to share with you guys Room by Room, where we are to take a themed idea and use it in a bedroom or a dining room, or maybe not even a full room, but a side table or a fireplace mantle or a tiered tray. That's open to your interpretation. The only rule is to stick to the theme. 3 to 5 DIYs, and the theme this month is country, cottage, fall. I am really excited, and you can open this up to interpretation, whether it be decor, DIY, thrift flips, Dollar Tree crafts, a recipe, an outfit, and your hairdo. Maybe it's your fall makeup. Whatever your YouTube channel represents, that's what I want to see in this playlist. I'm really excited, and I hope you guys will all join us and fill up YouTube with some country, cottage, fall inspiration on September 30th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Any questions, or reach out to me privately, and I will be starting a chat for this group as well on Instagram. So if you want to be added to that, please let me know. Again, this is going to be a recurring challenge. So I'll see you on September 30th, and our next video, if you cannot make that one, is November 4th. I will see you guys on September 30th, and I'm excited to see what you bring. The rules are 3 to 5 DIYs, country, cottage, fall themed, open to interpretation for a room or furniture piece where all the decor items are connected and themed together, or a recipe or a hairstyle. You need to mention the host, myself, Devin, at Freckled Mom DIY, as well as this month's co-host, Leonette from DIY Beauty and Purpose. Mention us in your video and put links down in your description, as well as share the playlist and have your video ready to go live September 30th at 7 p.m. I'm super excited. I have a bunch of amazing co-hosts coming up for future months, and I am just really excited to kick this off, and I hope you guys are excited too. I'm so excited. I can't wait to share this with you guys. So we'll see you very soon, September 30th at 7 p.m.
Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed these indoor and outdoor DIYs. Fall comes in many different colors and styles, so make sure you try them all. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you were inspired, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. You can find me on Instagram as Freckled Mom, and another way you can support my channel is buymeacoffee.com. Don't forget, this was a challenge. You can find the link to the playlist down in my description. Thank you to Heidi for hosting today's challenge. I hope you have a wonderful end to your weekend, and I will see you very soon.